Hey there. Welcome to our lesson on central idea and a review of summary. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify the central idea of a poem and use that understanding to write a clear and concise summary. As we go through the process in this video, we will use Jacqueline Woodson's poem, Brooklyn Rain, to practice. This lesson aligns with our Common Core Standard RL 6.2, which is to determine the central idea and summarize key details of the text. The central idea is the main message that the author wants us to understand. It's like the big important point that ties everything together in the poem. Let's look at some easy examples to see what it is and what isn't the central idea. Examples of what the central idea is. First, in Brooklyn Rain, the main message is that the speaker misses the rain from the south because it was warm and happy, while the rain in Brooklyn feels lonely and gray. Or it could be written, the poem talks about how the speaker feels sad and nostalgic when comparing the rain in Brooklyn with the rain from her past in the south. Now, what the central idea is not, it's not like this one where it says the poem talks about different kinds of rain. While that is true, that's more the subject as the poem, it's not the main message. Nor is it the speaker is looking out the window at the rain. That's just part of the setting, not the main message of the poem. Now let's look at the poem Brooklyn Rain. As we read through it, think about what Woodson wants you to understand. What is the speaker saying about the rain in Brooklyn? How does the rain make her feel? What details in the poem support this central idea? So at the beginning of the poem, she said, the rain here is different than the way it rains in Greenville. No sweet smell of honeysuckle, no soft squish of pine, no slip and slide through grass, just Mama saying, stay inside today. It's raining, and me at the window, nothing to do but watch the gray sidewalk grow darker. Watch the drops slide down the glass pane. Watch people move below me. People below me move fast, heads bent. So here's a picture kind of related to how she's describing the rain in Brooklyn. Now for Greenville, she said down south, there was always some place to go. You could step out into the rain and Grandma would let you lift your head and stick out your tongue. Be happy. Down south already feels like a long time ago, but the stories in my head take me back there. Set me down in Daddy's garden where the sun is always shining. And we have a picture here of the rain in a field. You see the flowers up, which just is such a different, there's quite a contrast in those two images of the rain. Now, writing a summary. Once you've found the central idea, it's time to write a summary. A summary should include, first of all, the central idea. Second, the most important details from the poem, not the entire poem itself. And then finally, in Brooklyn Rain, the speaker describes how the rain in Brooklyn makes her feel, and she contrasts that with how she felt about the rain in the South. So to word that, we would put that in our own words, and we would create a shorter version of the story that only highlight the most important moments. So here is an example of a good summary of Brooklyn Rain. In Brooklyn Rain, Jacqueline Woodson contrasts the way rain feels in Brooklyn to the way it felt in Greenville. The speaker remembers how rain in the South was more comforting and joyful, while the rain in Brooklyn feels gray and isolating. She uses vivid descriptions of both places to show how different they are. Notice how the summary focuses on the central idea and only includes the most important details. Before we wrap up, let's reflect. What did you learn today about finding the central idea and writing a summary? How can you apply this skill when you read other poems or stories? You will be writing a summary of one of the Jacqueline Woodson poems. That's what this video is preparing you for. So think about how you can use what you've learned in this video and the example I've given you as you write the summary of the poem that I give you to summarize. Remember, you can always rewatch this video if you need a second, if you didn't quite get everything the first time. And knowing how to summarize helps you understand what the text is really about and to remember those key ideas. Now move on to your practice exercise of identifying central ideas and summaries.